If we can take your seats, we'd like to get the program started. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you for attending our annual J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association Women's Committee Tea. It's a beautiful afternoon. From the looks of it, we've got beautiful faces, beautiful outfits, beautiful hats, a beautiful venue, and we've got a beautiful program that's scheduled for today. I'd like to thank specifically our sponsors, those who purchased tickets, those who donated their time and materials to making this event a success. My name is ShaRon Grayson Kelsey, and I'm this year's president of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association. I'm the 40th president of the association, as this year the association turns 40 years old on May the 6th. And if that weren't enough, J. Franklyn Bourne the man, actually would have turned 100 on March 23rd, just a couple of weeks ago. We have designed a new logo this year for the event, which highlights our milestones, 2 of which I've named, but actually there are 4 additional ones. With that, I'd like to ask you to please save the date for July 25th, 2017, where we will be having a special anniversary reception as we celebrate all these milestones, along with the Human Relations Commission, who will be celebrating their 45th anniversary, of which J. Franklyn Bourne was instrumental in helping to create as well. A joint effort with, I saw him come in, D. Michael Lyles, who is assisting with that. For those of you who don't know, the Women's Committee was created in homage to and named after Mabel Hubbard, and is currently chaired by Dolores Dorsainvil, Nicolas, and Ashley McFarland. While the primary purpose of the association is to advance the legal profession for African Americans, specifically the Women's Committee focuses on the interests and needs, actually, of women attorneys. Today's event is to highlight the advancement and elevation of Prince George's County and Montgomery County judges. J. Franklyn Bourne is particularly proud to be a part of the judicial nominating process and the vetting process of those appointed judges. Today, those who will be recognized is the Honorable Melanie Shaw Jeter, Tiffany H. Anderson, Robin G. Bright, Ingrid Turner, Lisa Hall Johnson, Ada E. Clark Edwards, and Donica Lewis. We're also honored to recognize the elevation of the Honorable Tanya Jones Boisier, who is now a magistrate judge for the Superior Court for the District of Columbia, and who was, I think, for approximately 10 years, chair of this particular committee. We're also excited to honor our Legacy Award winner, Ms. Patricia Rozier, who is a past National Bar Association president, who is present today with her husband, Michael Rozier, who is also a past National Bar Association president. The purpose of the tea is to generate funds so that we may give book scholarships to law students. We give 3 $500 book scholarships a year. This year, we will be giving those scholarships to Helen Osen, Keisha Penn, and Dina Robinson, each of whom were exceptional candidates and came from an exceptional pool of applicants. I'd like to ask you to enjoy our vendors while you are here, Etc. Plus, Matapa Matsumi, and the Hat Lady, with respect to their very lovely products, and you've already enjoyed the very lovely music of our harpist, Ms. Zoe Coppola. Finally, I'd like to announce that Bourne Bar is on social media, so as you take pictures today, and if you do any posting, you may post them using the hashtag JFBWomen'sTea. We can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And just recently, we now have a YouTube channel. So now I turn the program over to Dolores Nicolas. She and the rest of the committee have worked very hard, and I'd like to thank them for that. And is Dolores? Okay, and Dolores is coming up now, and she will continue with the program. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. As ShaRon stated, I am Dolores, sorry, this is loud. Dolores Dorsainvil Nicolas, and it's so good to see you all here today. Just to give you some background about our committee and how we came to be, in 2013, the Black Women's Bar Association of Suburban Maryland merged with the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association, and we became the newly formed Women's Committee of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association. For those that remember, the Black Women's Bar was well known in the 2000s for their annual scholarship tea events, and the Women's Committee has picked up the torch and has continued the tradition of the scholarship tea. For those that missed last year's tea, I must say, you missed out. But the good news is you're here today, and we're glad to have you. Our theme this year is Uplift Women and Uplift Humanity. And given the current political climate of our country, it's important now, more so than ever, to come together and celebrate the accomplishments of several amazing women, both judges and law students, in our local community. We're all moving so fast in our own space, and we're doing so well that it's important for us to come together and fellowship and laugh and take selfies and look each other in the eye and say, job well done. So on behalf of the Women's Committee of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association, I want to thank you for supporting our mission and helping us provide scholarships to our talented young rising lawyers. Before we continue with the program, I would like to make some acknowledgments of some of the dignitaries in the room with us today. So if I call your name, if you're here, please stand up. We have Judge Beverly Woodard from the Circuit Court of Prince George's County here with us. Thank you, Judge Woodard. We have Judge Crystal Owls from the Circuit Court of Prince George's County. Thank you. Judge Karen Mason from the Circuit Court of Prince George's County. Thank you. Judge Holly Reed from the Montgomery County District Court. Thank you. We have Melvin High, the Sheriff for Prince George's County. Thank you. The Honorable Sarita A. Lee, the Register of Wills for Prince George's County. Thank you. We have Karen Tolles, County Council Member for District 7 with us today. Thank you. Marilyn Mosby, State's Attorney for Baltimore City, Maryland. Thank you. Administrative Law Judge Tracy Parker Warren is with us today. Thank you. There we go. Orphans Court Judge Athena Malloy Groves is with us today. Thank you. We have with us former delegate Aisha Braveboy. I saw her earlier. Thank you. And finally, I have Michael Lyles, Executive Director for the Human Relations Commission of Prince George's County. Thank you, Mike. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Was there anyone else here that is a dignitary that I did not acknowledge? Okay, great. All right, so today we promise you an exciting afternoon where we'll hear from some of our very accomplished women, including the co-director of the Voting Rights Project for the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights, as well as our former Congresswoman. So without further ado, I invite T Committee member Vanita Taylor to come to the stage for our invocation prior to our lunch. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. This prayer is going to be really brief because I forgot my cell phone where I had it on. So, we want to thank you, elegant ladies, debonair gentlemen, distinguished honorees, and our spectacular speakers. Praise God for this beautiful day. Judges, may you have patience and empathy. May your briefs be precise and well-written, your decisions sound, and may you dispense justice as King Solomon. May we bless this food to nourish our body and have a glorious day on this wonderful Sunday. We thank you for all the blessings that have been bestowed upon all these beautiful people in this room. And may God's people say amen.
Hello, everyone. Today we have the opportunity to hear a special performance by the talented Zoe Coppola. Ms. Coppola is a recent graduate of the Peabody Conservatory of Music of the Johns Hopkins University, where she received her Master of Music degree in Harp Performance and Pedagogy. As a harpist, she has had a number of solo and ensemble performances, including playing with the Avanti Orchestra at the Kennedy Center and the Peabody Symphony Orchestra. Ms. Coppola was deeply involved with the Harp Adventures program, which provides low-cost lessons and ensemble opportunities to students in the Baltimore area, and she continues to find ways to support artist development through education. She currently holds positions as a harp and piano instructor at Harmonic Music Studies in DC, a piano instructor at the International School of Music in Bethesda, and a harp instructor with the DC Youth Orchestra program. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Coppola as she plays a few selections for us as we enjoy lunch. My name is Jamie C. McDowell, and I have the pleasure of introducing our Legacy Award recipient, Ms. Patricia Rozier. Patricia Rozier is an attorney with over 30 years of real estate experience. This experience includes the implementation and development of housing policies, assessment of current and future real estate needs, both ownership and rental, and affordable housing in local communities. Ms. Rozier started her own title company, Preferred Title, over 14 years ago. At that time, it is believed that she was one of the first African-American female owners of a title company in the state of Maryland. She is also the principal broker and president of PAM Enterprises Realty, a real estate brokerage firm serving Maryland and the District of Columbia. Ms. Rozier has served in leadership for many bar organizations, including the National Bar Association, an organization with a network of over 60,000 lawyers, judges, and law students, where she served as its 71st president. During her presidency, Attorney Rozier was honored to speak before 300,000 people and over 5 million viewers worldwide at the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. In addition, focus was placed on affordable housing and foreclosure remedies. Ms. Rozier has also served on the board of the Prince George's County Bar Association, vice president of the Washington Bar Association, and member of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association, the American Bar Association, District of Columbia Bar Association, and the Maryland State Bar Association. She is a member of the National Association of Realtors, the Prince George's County Association of Realtors, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and the African American Real Estate Professionals. In addition to her legal experiences, Patricia has consistently performed volunteer service to numerous organizations for over 35 years, including Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Jack and Jill of America Incorporated, and the Links Incorporated. The overall focus of her community involvement is assistance to affordable housing, underprivileged, underdeserved youth, and abused women, Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage Ms. Patricia Rozier.
Good afternoon and thank you. It's always an inspiring privilege, I think, to be honored and recognized by your peers. I'm humbled, grateful, and thankful for this award. I'm sure that there were probably other people who were more deserving of this award, but I'm so very happy that you selected me. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have the privilege of introducing our speaker, Ms. Marsha Johnson Blanco, the co-director of the Voting Rights Project at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under the Law. Ms. Johnson Blanco manages the project's programmatic and advocacy portfolios, which include leading election protection, the nation's largest nonpartisan voter protection program, overseeing the work of special projects such as the creation of 2 national commissions organized in 2005 and 2013 to hold hearings on discrimination in voting, promoting election reform, ensuring minority participation in the redistricting process, and advocating for policies to restore voting rights to those with felony convictions. Ms. Johnson Blanco also coordinates the Lawyers Committee's international human rights initiatives and actively participated in the review of the United States' compliance with 2 important treaties: the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which included advocacy before the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, on voting rights issues, including the impact of felony disenfranchisement in the United States. Ms. Johnson Blanco speaks regularly in the media and conferences on the need for a robust voting rights education and enforcement. She is very proud that her essay on voting rights is part of an exhibit at the National Center for Civil and Human Rights in Atlanta, Georgia. Ms. Johnson Blanco serves on the board of the U.S. Human Rights Network and the advisory board of the U.S. Vote Foundation. She is taught as an adjunct professor at Georgetown University Law Center. Ms. Johnson Blanco received her Juris Doctorate from Villanova University School of Law and a Bachelor of Science in Linguistics from Georgetown University. Please welcome our speaker, Ms. Marsha Johnson Blanco.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege and an honor to be here today with you to celebrate remarkable women and to support the future advocates, the future generation of advocates. First, I'd like to thank the Women's Committee of the J. Franklyn Bourne Association for the invitation. And I'd also like to thank my family for being here with me today. It is truly an honor to be in such august company as our leaders in our legal community, the judges being honored here today, the Honorable Donna Edwards, and the award recipients. First, I want to say a word about judges. Carolyn Kennedy once noted that the bedrock of our democracy is the rule of law, and that means we have to have an independent judiciary. Judges that make decisions independent of the political winds that are blowing. And we are certainly at a time when there's great concern about the institutions we have to enforce equality before law, given our current political climate. However, it is at times such as these that organizations such as the National Bar Association was born, when established organizations refuse to grant us admission. We African Americans have always created our own. Organizations that work to ensure justice and equal rights for all. And it is at times like these, when the public fears that their rights are under attack, that we lawyers become very popular. The line from Shakespeare, Henry VI, is, "The first thing we do is kill the lawyers." And that has long been misinterpreted as a desire to get rid of lawyers who are blight on our society. But it's actually a line spoken by a character who saw lawyers and judges as standing in the way of his desire to create disorder and chaos. And it is lawyers such as the great Gertrude Rush, a founding member of the NBA, who in the face of great obstacles earned a law degree in 1914, and throughout her life fought for civil rights and the right to vote. And I must talk about the importance of the right to vote. We now have a president who is imposing policies that will be very detrimental for the most vulnerable in our society. And to those of us who are speaking out against these policies, he and his aides have responded, well, elections have consequences. Yes, but there will be other elections. And we must be prepared to ensure that our voice is heard. During the past election, 93 million eligible voters did not vote. And our young people will tell you, well, we didn't have anyone we wanted to vote for. So, as we think about what we women can do to uplift humanity, we must be willing to enter into political life in all its forms, at all levels, particularly on the local level. This is the level of government where there's the least participation and the level of government that most intimately touches our lives. We can follow the example of lawyers such as Constance Motley Baker, who before she became the first female African-American federal judge in 1966, followed her stellar career at the NAACP-LDF, where she played a seminal role in civil rights cases such as Brown versus Board of Education, and became involved in politics, becoming the first African-American woman to win election to the New York State Senate. I firmly believe that it is not only important that we vote, but we become the leaders we want to see. And yes, that means some of us need to get involved in politics, as Donna Edwards and Ms. Mosley have done so excellently. As one of my great sheroes, Shirley Chisholm, once said, "At present, our country needs women's idealism and determination, perhaps more in politics than anywhere else." This is particularly true today. And sometimes this means being the only one at the table. Chisholm was the only Black woman in Congress in 1971 at the founding of the Congressional Black Caucus. And there she lived up to her reputation of being unbought and unbossed. Today we have 21 women who are African American women who are members of the much larger Congressional Black Caucus. And we all need to adopt a bit of Chisholm's attitude and her philosophy embodied in her quote. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. The message I would like to leave with the young women here today, our future leaders, is that we all must claim our seat at the table. That is the legacy of all civil rights heroes we admire. Standing on the sidelines is not an option. If we are to uplift humanity, we must engage in the fight to ensure that the rights of all are acknowledged and enforced. It is a lesson I work very hard to instill in my two brilliant daughters who are here with me today. I'm biased, but they are brilliant. Our young women are heading into a future that few of us can imagine at present, with technology growing at exponential levels, as those of us like me in our 5th decade have already witnessed and continue to be amazed by. I mean, there are currently robots delivering food orders in downtown DC. But our young people are taking the technology in our phones and documenting injustices, organizing marches, and engaging in a dialogue about how leaders can and must do better for all people. Young leaders, such as those in the Black Lives Matter movement, are insisting on accountability for societal wrongs, and like the rest of us, are grappling with the aftermath of an election where those who resist change are pushing back. As the great Frederick Douglass, who our president recently discovered, noted, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Our young people today are continuing the grand tradition of African American women, such as Harriet Tubman, who led her people to freedom, including as a spy and a soldier in the Union Army, and Rosa Parks, who put her body on the line to resist unjust laws. And I was told by my daughter Rosa that I had to make sure I mentioned Rosa Parks and her contribution. So. Today, the women such as Opal Tometi, Alicia Garza, and Patrice Pollers, who are leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement, are continuing the tradition of Black women who continue to insist that our country live up to its ideals. As we are experiencing today more than ever, progress does not move in a forward trajectory. It zigs and zags. But I firmly believe that, as Martin Luther King has said, the arc of the moral justice is long. The arc of moral justice is long, but bends towards justice. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. So despite the struggles and setbacks we face, we have each other. We have the great accomplishments of great women in the past to sustain us, and we have the remarkable young women, such as those present today, who give us hope for the future. I invite you all to embrace with me the defiance found in one of my favorite poems by the former Maryland Poet Laureate Lucille Clifton. She ends her poem, "Won't You Celebrate With Me," with the words, "Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed." We women are buoyed by a legacy of great women who defied the odds, refused to have society kill their spirit, and as a result, changed society for the better. Today calls for that fighting spirit, and I have no doubt that we will all rise to the challenge. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege of introducing the Honorable Donna Edwards, the first African-American woman elected to represent Maryland in the U.S. Congress. Now, she's currently deciding what is her next move. She's not currently at the Baltimore Office of the Disability, but whatever she decides she's going to do, I'm sure will be wonderful and magnificent. Congresswoman Edwards was born in Yanceyville, North Carolina, grew up in a military family, and lived in every region of the country and internationally. A graduate of Thomas Stone High School in Charles County, Maryland, she earned her bachelor's degree from Wake Forest University, where she was one of only 6 African American women in the class of 1980. She completed her final year of study at the University of Salamanca, Spain, and Wake Forest University Study Abroad program. She's the mother of 1 son who is the light of her life. After college, Congresswoman Edwards began her career at the United Nations Development Program. In addition to her service at the UN, Congresswoman Edwards worked for the Lockheed Corporation at the Goddard Space Flight Center with the Space Lab program. She earned a Juris Doctorate degree in 1989 from the University of New Hampshire School of Law, during which she held a summer clerkship in the office of Delegate Albert Wynn and the Women's Equity Action League. In her distinguished career, Congresswoman Edwards worked as an attorney in private practice, clerked for a District of Columbia Superior Court judge, and worked as a public interest lawyer. As a nonprofit executive, Congresswoman Edwards co-founded and led the National Network to End Domestic Violence, spearheading the effort to pass the Violence Against Women Act in 1994. She was the executive director of the ARCA Foundation and Center for a New Democracy and was a tireless advocate for Public Citizen, a consumer advocacy nonprofit organization. Congresswoman Edwards was the member of the Diversity Leadership Council for the Maryland Democratic Party and served on the board of directors for the League of Conservation Voters and Common Cause. She currently serves on the Profiles and Courage Awards Committee of the John F. Kennedy Library. Elected in a special election in 2008, Ms. Edwards became Maryland's first African-American congresswoman, serving 5 terms. In Congress, she served on several committees. Her first act in Congress was to add Maryland to the after-school suppers program, ensuring that students had access to nutritional dinners and after-school and youth development programs in schools located in low-income areas. She secured a provision in the Affordable Care Act to hold insurance companies accountable for unjustified rate increases. She's a strong advocate for investing in historically black colleges, protecting of women's reproductive rights, and protecting the Social Security and Medicare programs. Congresswoman Edwards championed legislation to reduce opioid overdose to ensure equality, affordable child care, and to end the federal death penalty, and to provide education opportunities to incarcerated and formerly incarcerated individuals. She was the first member of Congress to introduce a constitutional amendment to repeal the Supreme Court's landmark Citizens United decision. Congresswoman Edwards ran unsuccessfully for the United States Senate, ending her tenure in the House of Representatives in 2017. Congresswoman Edwards has spent the last couple of months on an epic RV road trip, camping, hiking, fishing, and thinking in state and national parks across the country. She's a progressive champion, and her role as a model for girls and women who dream of serving their country at the highest levels of governance. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Honorable Donna Edwards.
Oh, thank you very much. You all sit down. You're so wonderful. Well, I had these remarks prepared, but then when I listened to my leadership conference sister, and she quoted every woman who is my favorite woman, I said, what else is there left to say? It is so great to be here with you, and to be here in celebration and honor of the bench represented by the women in this room. We so honor you, we value you and your leadership. And to the members of the bar, especially to the women, and there are a lot of great gentlemen in here this afternoon too, but today I'm going to talk to the ladies. It was wonderful to come in the room and to see my good friend, wonderful leader, Marilyn Mosby, wishing you every success next year. Thanks for your leadership. My good friend Aisha Braveboy, who is on her own quest for leadership here in the county. We are a county and a region of really tremendous and amazing women leaders and mentors. And let me just say, I was really scared walking up here because for 3 months I have been in an RV, driving over 12,000 miles across the country, 20 national parks, a lot of state parks, and national wildlife reserves, hiking, camping, fishing, biking, doing coloring books, which is what you do in retirement apparently. So I colored a lot of coloring books, and really becoming refreshed. And I think that it's something that's really important for all of us sometimes to step back from our day-to-day work to reflect on who we are, and I think especially as women leaders, because, you know, as they say, the wolves do come out to play, especially when you're in leadership. And when you think about, you know, the leadership challenges that have been issued today, one of those challenges for political leadership, it is not an accident that there are only basically 19% of our elected women at the highest levels in our federal government are women. It's not an accident that only 3 to 4% of CEOs, those who sit in the C-suites across the country, are women. It is not an accident that those same percentages are reflected as well on the bench and at the highest levels on the bench. And so we have a lot of challenge in front of us. But one of the things that we know is that as women leaders, when we lead, we're effective. There is not a single study that's been done by the Harvard Business Review or by many international banks that doesn't show that women as CEOs are the most effective CEOs and managers across the board. Every study that's come out that looks at women's political leadership shows that when women are in charge of their leadership politically, that they introduce and pass more legislation, they provide more resources to their communities, and they are far more effective political leaders. It is also true and the United Nations and USAID has documented this so extraordinarily, and including the Girl Scouts, that the fact is that when you give a woman $1, whether it's an economic development dollar, it's $1 toward agriculture, it's $1 toward education, she turns that dollar around multiple fold and puts it right back into her community. And so there is a good, strong, pragmatic, and economic reason that women need to be leaders, and a lot of those leaders are right here in this room. And so thank you again for what you've done and for inviting me. This is the first time that I've really had on heels in 3 months, and I think I'm going to break my neck. You know, and I will just say, you know, for my own part, my experience is that sometimes it gets really tough out there when you're going out front or you're the only one. But it's important for us as mentors so that young girls and young boys see women as leaders, that we be fearless, that we're not afraid to go out there, we're not afraid to go into the fight, because even as much as we have to take, that means that next generation, it gets just a little bit easier for that next generation. And that's how I feel, that's what I've learned hanging out on the road. And while it was really great to see the wolves and the coyotes and the cactus and the eagles and the egrets, it's really good to be back home. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hello, so we're going to continue on with some more beautiful selections by our harvest as we continue to enjoy our lunch. Reminder that as you've enjoyed your lunch, please feel free to mingle and certainly visit our lovely vendors in the back. This is a networking period.
Take their seats. We're going to continue with the program. If the Tea Committee members presenting the awards would come to the front.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're ready to get started with the second half of the program. If everybody's ready, we can have a seat and get started. The Honorable Tanya M. Jones-Bozier was appointed magistrate judge in January of 2017. Magistrate Jones-Bozier received her Bachelor of Arts degree from Syracuse University and her Juris Doctor from American University Washington College of Law. She also served as a law clerk to the Honorable Zoe Bush in 2000 to 2001. Before joining the Superior Court bench, Judge Jones-Bozier served as an Assistant General Counsel for the D.C. courts, and prior to her employment with the D.C. Court, she worked as an Assistant Attorney General in the D.C. Office of Attorney General. While at the D.C. Office of the Attorney General, Judge Jones-Bozier gained extensive experience in abuse and neglect cases, administrative, child support, domestic relations, domestic violence, public benefits and procurement law, and intervention proceedings. She also received a 2013 Wilbur J. Parker Award for her dedication and service of the Fathering Court Initiative, as well as the Washington College of Law 2015 Adjunct Professor Service Award for dedication to students and the law school community. It is my pleasure to honor today Judge Tanya M. Jones-Bozier.
I just wanted to say thank you to the women of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association Women's Committee, formerly the Black Women's Bar Association of Suburban Maryland. Serving the public has, thank you to Dolores, has been a life goal and calling of mine. So when I finally got the appointment, all I could do was just thank all of the wonderful women and men who have stood by me. Many of you are in the room today. I promised Dolores and Regine I would not cry, so I'm going to try to hold back my tears yet again. And just really giving God his glory for making sure that one of his child was appointed to continue to serve in such a time as this. So again, yes, thank you for the recognition. and I'm going to go back to my seat and get my face together. So thank you again. New instructions.
We'll get to our next award recipient this afternoon, close to evening. The Honorable Melanie Shaw Jeter is an associate judge in Maryland's second highest court, the Court of Special Appeals. Elevated in June of 2016, this year marks Judge Jeter's 20th year serving in the judiciary. She was initially appointed district court judge and later elevated to the circuit court, where she handled both jury and non-jury civil and criminal trials. She has served as both the county's juvenile judge and as the county's criminal coordinating judge. During her tenure, Judge Jeter has worked on many court-related projects designed to improve the administration of justice, as well as educating the community about the judiciary. She's implemented the county's first juvenile drug court and reentry court programs and piloted the court's treatment for mothers of addicted newborns. Okay. All right, we get started today. She co-chaired a task force examining the circuit court's accessibility to the Latino community, has served on the Maryland Judiciary Public Awareness Committee, the Public Trust and Confidence Committee, the Judiciary's Mediation and Conflict Resolution Board, as well as Maryland's Juvenile Justice Advisory Council. Prior to her appointment, Judge Jeter was a career prosecutor, having ended her career as chief of the Homicide and Narcotics Division of the State's Attorney's Office in Prince George's County. Judge Jeter received her Bachelor of Arts from Howard University and her Juris Doctorate from the University of Maryland School of Law. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Judge Melanie Shaw Jeter.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to receive this award this afternoon. And I would be remiss if I did not say that I stand on the shoulders of one Mabel Hubbard, who was the first African-American female judge in the state of Maryland. And I had the honor of being with her, and she was actually one of the presenters for my investiture. A very, very special moment for me. But I say that I stand on the shoulders of Judge Hubbard because she has only been sworn in. It's been only less than 40 years that there was the first African-American female judge. And I look at how long or how far we have come with the number of African-American female judges you see not only in this room, but throughout the state of Maryland. This is indeed a proud tribute to Judge Mabel House Hubbard, and she would be looking down on each of us and smiling and hoping that there are more to come. We stand on her shoulders, we move forward because we know that we serve as an example to those other women who are out there in the audience who are yet to become judges. And so on behalf of the judges who are here from the Prince George's County Circuit Court, District Court, we thank you, we appreciate you, and many of you, we hope to see you stand by us one day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keisha Garner, and I'm here to give the nominations for additional nominees for tonight. Honorees for tonight. Judge Tiffany Anderson. The Honorable Tiffany Hannah Anderson was appointed to the Circuit Court for Prince George's County on December 6, 2016 as an Associate Judge. Prior to her appointment to the Circuit Court for Prince George's County, Judge Anderson was appointed as the Administrative Judge of the District Court for Prince George's County. She is the first African-American woman within the state of Maryland to serve as a District Administrative Judge. As the Administrative Judge, she was responsible for the administration of the court and its 17 judges, budget and procurement functions, and trial calendars to ensure the expeditious disposition of cases. Judge Anderson began her legal career as an associate with Gabriel J. Christian and Associates. Shortly thereafter, she served as an assistant state's attorney for Prince George's County for 4.5 years. Judge Anderson later served as the legislative director to the county executive for Prince George's County for matters before the Maryland General Assembly. From there, she went on to work at the law firm of Funk and Bolton, PA, where she became a managing partner, served on the firm's executive committee, and headed the firm's diversity committee. Judge Anderson received a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from the University of California, San Diego, and a Juris Doctor from the Catholic University, Columbus School of Law. In addition to her bar memberships, she is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and a member of both Leadership Greater Washington and Leadership Prince George's. Please welcome Judge Tiffany H. Anderson as one of our judicial nominees.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for this honor. This is a beautiful award. I want to echo what Judge Jeter said about what an honor it is to serve as an African-American female judge in Prince George's County. What an honor it was. I was very shocked to know that in 2014 that I was the first African-American woman to become a district administrative judge that oversaw a district court. So I am very honored to be here today, very honored to receive this award, and very honored to be here with all of you today. And I'd also like to say hello to my law clerk, Mary, who is here today, back there at the table. So I want to thank you all for coming today, and I want to encourage you all to continue to do what you can do. Everything that you want to do, you can achieve. And I welcome you all today, and thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Judge Robin Bright. The Honorable Robin Dana Gill Bright was appointed to the Circuit County for Prince George's County on December 6, 2016 as an Associate Judge. Judge Bright began her legal career with the Office of the State's Attorney for Prince George's County, Maryland, and in 2006 served as an Assistant State's Attorney in Calvert County, Maryland. After working as General Counsel for a nationally known food service corporation, Ms. Bright returned to public service as an Associate County Attorney in the Office of Law for Prince George's County, until she was appointed to the bench in 2012 as an associate judge for the District Court of Maryland, Prince George's County. She has served as a member of the Court of Appeals Pilot Mentoring Program for new admittees and a member of the Civil Law and Procurement Committee, the Court of Operations Committee, and the Judicial Council. Judge Bright earns her Bachelor of Business Administration degree from Niagara University, a Master's in Administrative Management from Bowie State University, and her Juris Doctor from the University of Maryland School of Law. Judge Bright served on the Board of Directors for Prince George's County Bar Association since 2012. She is also a member of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association and Maryland State Bar Association. Judge Bright is not here to accept her award, her honor today, so please help us welcome her by giving her a round of applause this evening. And we will accept her award on her behalf.
Good afternoon. I'm Carmise Graves, and I have the pleasure and the honor of introducing to you today the Honorable Ingrid M. Turner, who was elected to the Circuit Court for Prince George's County, the 7th Judicial Circuit, on November 8th, 2016, and sworn in on December 9th. This is the first time in 46 years that a circuit court judge has been elected in Prince George's County. Congratulations. Judge Turner served on active duty in the United States Navy from 1986 to 2006 and is a retired commander judge, Advocate General Courts officer. Judge Turner was the first African American elected to the Prince George's County Council, where she served District 4 from December 2006 to December 2014. Judge Turner's accomplishments and dedication have been recognized with many awards and honors, to include recognition by Washingtonian as 100 Most Powerful Women. She is active in the community and has served in leadership roles and a member of numerous organizations and boards. Judge Turner grew up in Prince George's County and is a graduate of the United States Naval Academy. She earned her master's in business administration from Golden Gate University and a Juris Doctorate from the Catholic University of America, Columbus School of Law. With further ado, let's welcome Judge Turner.
Good afternoon. Thank you, J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association, for the work that you do in the community. Thank you, Women's Committee, for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you, friends, for coming to support me this afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for uplifting me and the other judges here in Prince George's County and throughout the area, so that we can continue to do the work that we do for the community. Thank you, and God bless.
The Honorable Ada Clark Edwards is a recent appointee of Governor Larry Hogan as an Associate Judge of the District Court of Maryland for Prince George's County. Prior to her appointment, she served as the Chief of the Special Victims and Family Violence Unit for the State's Attorney's Office for Prince George's County, Maryland, where she supervised attorneys who specialize in prosecuting cases involving intimate partner violence, sexual assault, child sexual and physical abuse, and elder physical abuse. During her 12-year tenure as an assistant state's attorney, Ms. Edwards prosecuted a wide range of cases ranging from sexual assaults to homicides. Prior to her return to the state's attorney's office, she gained experience on a national level working as a program manager with the Department of Justice. Office on Violence Against Women, Domestic Violence, where she managed the development and implementation of collaborative sexual assault and domestic violence programs across the country. Ms. Edwards serves on a number of committees, both nationally and locally, and has developed and delivered domestic violence training to law enforcement throughout the state of Maryland, focusing on ways to improve the civil and criminal justice response to victims of domestic violence. Ms. Edwards is a graduate of Central High School in Capitol Heights, Maryland, and resides in Bowie, Maryland, with her 3 children. Yes.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the Women's Committee of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association. It is truly an honor to be recognized by this Women's Committee. It is also such an honor to be in a room with so many of my distinguished colleagues, as well as so many other distinguished leaders in the room. I am so, just the appointment was just last August, and I'm still so humbled and appreciative of this appointment. And thank you so much again for recognizing me along with me and my other colleagues today. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be up here listening to all the bios. I think, oh, I'd love for her to be my mentor, and her my mentor, and her, and so it's really an honor to be here and to present the judges today. And the first judge that I will present is Judge Lisa Hall. She was appointed to the Prince George's County District Court in July 2013. She was named Administrative Judge, District Court of Maryland, Prince George's County on January 6, 2017. Judge Hall has been the Domestic Violence Coordinating Judge for Judge Hall Johnson has been the Domestic Violence Coordinating Judge for Prince George's County Court and is active with the Leadership Academy of the Maryland State Bar Association. Prior to her appointment to the District Court of Prince George's County, Judge Hall Johnson was the Director of Litigation for Washington Gas Light Company. She began her legal career as an associate of McDermott, Will, and Emery, and continued on at the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office as an Assistant State's Attorney and a Senior Associate with Dixon Shapiro, LLP, focusing on civil litigation. Judge Hall Johnson received her Bachelor of Arts from the University of Virginia with a double major in economics and sociology. She received her Juris Doctorate from Duke University School of Law. She has been the recipient of numerous awards, including the Prince George's County Social Innovation Fund 40 Under 40 Award in 2012 for public service and the Maryland Daily Record Top 100 Women Award in 2013 and 2016. It is my pleasure and honor to present to you Judge Lisa A. Hall Johnson.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my distinct honor to accept this recognition, to be in the company of so many amazing women here in Prince George's County. I grew up here. I was educated in Prince George's County Public Schools, and to be able to serve my community as a member of the judiciary here in Prince George's County is something that I am grateful for every single day. I'd also like to recognize the scholarship honorees and ask that you take this moment to look around the room and accept that you are now part of this amazing community of phenomenal women in all parts of the legal and political aspects of our community. And be sure to call on us because we've called on each other and helped to uplift and support each other, and we're here for the scholarship recipients and all of the young attorneys here as well. So thank you all for this honor, and I look forward to working further with you.
All right, the last but not least, we will introduce Judge Varner Lewis. The Honorable Donica Varner Lewis was appointed to the District Court bench for Prince George's County on July 26, 2016. She was subsequently sworn into office as an associate judge on August 25, 2016. Governor Larry Hogan's appointment of Judge Varner Lewis made her and her sister, the Honorable Danica Varner Cotton, who was already a circuit court judge for Prince George's County, the first judges who are sisters in the state of Maryland. Prior to her judicial appointment, Judge Varner Lewis spent the majority of her legal career as an assistant state's attorney for Prince George's County. In her last position, she served as the chief of the District Court Division, where she supervised over a dozen prosecutors and other staff who handled approximately 30,000 criminal cases in district court annually. Prior to that, Judge Varner Lewis served as a team leader within Major Crimes Unit, where she led a team of experienced attorneys who prosecuted a variety of felonies. As a team leader, she not only supervised attorneys, but she herself also prosecuted a myriad of cases, including homicides, attempted murders, and other complex violent crimes. During her years in a state's attorney's office, Judge Varner Lewis also specialized in domestic violence cases and juvenile sexual abuse cases. During the course of her career as an assistant state's attorney, Judge Varner Lewis had approximately 100 jury trials. Prior to becoming a prosecutor, Judge Varner Lewis served as a law clerk to the Honorable Melanie M. Shaw-Getter, who at the time was on the circuit court for Prince George's County. Judge Varner Lewis currently serves on the board of directors for the Prince George's County Bar Association. She's also a member of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association and the Women's Bar Association. She is also a very proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sororities, Inc. Judge Varner Lewis has lived in Prince George's County almost her entire life and is a product of the Prince George's County public school system. She completed her undergraduate education at Hampton University and received her Master of Arts degree in psychology from American University. She's a graduate of the University of Maryland School of Law. She has been married to Mr. Anton Lewis for almost 15 years and is the proud mother of 3 beautiful children, Braden 8, Landon 7, and Camden age 5. Please join me in congratulating Judge Varner Lewis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much to J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association, the Women's Committee, for this recognition. I am deeply honored to be here amongst so many distinguished colleagues and women. who are accomplished in so many ways. I remember being here just a year ago at this very tea, going through this process and hoping to someday be amongst these women. And so now that I am, I understand the responsibility that goes with it. And every day when I take that bench, I know that I am there because of so many who supported me and so many before me, like Judge Jeter and my sister, Judge Cotton, and so many. And it's such an honor to have come into the district court, onto the district court bench under the leadership of Judge Tiffany Anderson, and now to continue there under Judge Hall Johnson, two African American women who have leaders and are leading our bench. And so thank you so much, so very much for this opportunity. I thank you.
Everyone can be great because everyone can serve. That is a quote by the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Good afternoon, my name is Danielle Moore and I am the Community Service Chair for the Women's Committee of the J. Franklyn Bourne Bar Association. Community service is very important to the Women's Committee and we have made it a point to stay very involved with the community through certain acts such as helping out with homeless shelters, food banks, clothing closets, and also bringing awareness to health issues that affect the African American community. That's just to name a few. Later this year, we will be participating in the DC Walk for Lupus and also volunteering at Wax's Juvenile Detention Center for female students. Currently, we are raising funds for All Shades of Pink. All Shades of Pink is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to assist women and men diagnosed with breast cancer by addressing the emotional, physical, and financial stress they will encounter during their journey to survivorship. Today, we actually have a donation box at the check-in table, so we invite you to make a donation to All Shades of Pink. We can either give cash or you can write a check, but please make it payable to All Shades of Pink. However, our favorite way to give back is with our scholarship team, which is why you're all here today. Today we'll be honoring 3 young ladies who are striving to be in positions such as the judges who are honored here today. So without further ado, I will now present you our recipients. First, we have Helen Osu. She is a 3L. Helen is a 3L at Howard University. She is involved with the mid-court team, and she's a Marshall Burnett Fellow, a Dean's Fellow, and a research assistant.
Just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Our second recipient is Kaisha Penn. Kaisha is also a student at Howard University. She is a 1L. Kaisha is the lead facilitator for Howard's Law Academy, where they host 10th graders from Thurgood Marshall Academy. Let's please give her a round of applause.
Thank you all so much. It's a great honor.
Our last and final scholarship recipient is Dina Robinson. Dina is a 3L at the University of Maryland, Francis King Harris School of Law. She is the Moot Court Competition Chair. She's also co-chair of the LGBT Law Alliance and the Suspension Representation Project.
Thank you so much for this honor today. It's been great hearing from all of the amazing and empowering women in this group. So just thank you for this honor.
Thank you so much.
Let's give them a round of applause, please. Those are some really well-accomplished students. Let's also give another round of applause to all of our honorees tonight. Thank you all, judges, for being such great role models for us. I'd be remiss if I failed to recognize some additional important people. Actually, Ashley, you want to do yours first? You do yours first.
So we want to do a special thank you to all of our sponsors today. Our first sponsor is our platinum sponsor, Councilmember Karen R. Tolles of the District 7 of Prince George's County. Thank you. Our gold sponsors are Jackson and Associates.
Yeah, John. Great.
Joseph Greenwald and Locke, PA. Our silver sponsors are the Boston Law Group, LLC, BBC Consulting, Chin Law, LLC, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Prince George's County Alumni Chapter, Francois Thompson Legal Group, Multi-Specialty Healthcare, the Law Office of Jamie C. McDowell, the Law Office of Robert P. Newman, PC, Tyrone Law Group, LLC, and Ms. Zoe Coppola, the harpist and pianist who we've heard today. We'd also like to thank Shipley Horn, PA, for being a friend to the Women's Committee. Finally, we'd like to also give a thank you to Planet Depot, who's done all the recording today for our event. We'd also like to thank our vendors, Etc. Plus, Matipa Matsimi, The Hat Lady, and Turner's Treasures and Treats.
Thank you all. So as you all know, this tea is a labor of love for me. I've been doing this over 15 years, and I must say every year it gets better and better. So I want to thank you all for attending, but I also want to thank a hardworking crew of women who work tirelessly with me. The Tea Committee, as I call your name out, please come to the stage. My co-chair, Ashley McFarland, Danielle Moore, Regine Montmacar, Jamie McDowell, Candace Harris, Carmise Graves, Vanita Taylor, Keisha Garner, LaShanta Harris, Kimberly Lewis, Minerva Hughes, Sabrina Richardson Thompson. Please, ladies, just grab a bag. And I want to thank the youngest member of our tea committee, Baby Chippy, AKA Dorian. I must say, I had her 4 months ago, and I've been planning this committee, this tea, during my maternity leave. And she has come to every single meeting. And she's encouraged all of the team members to come and we pass the baby around, okay? So, baby Dorian, thank you so much for being the youngest member of the tea committee. We encourage you guys to please shop with our vendors, take pictures at our step and repeat, and please support us again next year. Thank you. Come on stage, ladies.